Hey folks, Twisha Christian. Want to give you guys just a little bit of update on and discuss a couple things about some of the stocks that we're into now. A lot of people ask me about Currency 365 stocks, and I don't talk about any of his stocks. I allow him to do that because those are his and what he discusses. But the first thing I want to talk about is XRP. I've shared that, I put out a video months ago about getting involved in that investment, and now they're saying right now it's currently at 61 cents. Remember, cryptocurrencies trade basically 24/7. So there's always opportunities. If you want to trade, if you still want to continue to be trading after the stock market closes, well, the cryptocurrency might be your thing. So now, of course, a lot of people are saying that the price point, it's looking at maybe $1. It did get up to, it did reach up pretty high there a couple days ago. I think it was like around 74 cents or something like that. But they are saying that it's expected to hit $1, and it's not me. I'm a target investor. There are certain cryptocurrencies that I'm just investing in. I mean, one of the reasons why I'm investing, folks, of course, we all want to be happy. We want to be, have finance and be able to do things and have nice things and do God's will. But one of the main things that, which is a dream in my life, and that's to fulfill, the projects that God has given me, the animation projects, because it affects young people and getting people to the gospel. You have to plant the seeds. And that's what this project does. It plants the seed so somebody else can come along and water it. And it's going to be like that for many teenagers all around the world. And not only that, have a great story and that will plant the seeds so that God can water them later on. And in this industry that I'm in, the anime business, it's very, very difficult, and I've been offered contracts. They even wanted to take my project and make it into a kids show. And if anybody's ever seen, any animation or any of the artwork of my project, there's no way you can take something like this and make it into a kids show. But that's what they do. As a prime example, I grew up on Thundercats. It was a cool cartoon, and there was all this talk about Cartoon Network, picking it up and doing another series, and they totally change it to for like kids who are like 5 and 6 years old, and so a lot of people had these expectations that the next project would be more for adults as opposed to kids. Just like when they're growing up, the animation was pretty decent and it left an impression on a lot of people, and so they were expecting something great. They were expecting good animation with good storyline, and they got something completely different, and that's what Hollywood does do to you. Now, Brixton metals, I purchased some a few days ago, less than 21 cents, and this is the Prophetic BBB stock. And as far as any other information about Kim Clement and anything else that he said about this, I haven't been able to find anything else relating to this yet. And a lot of people, they've had dreams like about Zion Oil, the dinar, and other investments and stuff like that, so that we can get kind of a prophetic idea of where this is going to end up, right? Brixton Metals is a prophetic stock, but where's it going to end up? Where to the point to where we're receiving dividends, good dividends, or that we sell some, right? Because God said He's going to use this company, so we want to. Yes, we do want to make money, but we also want to invest. If God is going to turn this company into for His purpose, then we want to stay invested. Obviously, there are some pretty big plans. You guys have no idea. I mean, they could find a whole bunch of one of the rarest metals in the world. It's very possible. Anything's possible, right? Next thing you know it, they're one of the most successful mining companies. So prophetically, for those who are listening, who are in the prophetic or that dream, maybe this is something that we do need to pray about, and let's see where that takes us. As far as where Brixton Metals is going to end up at, so we have a better idea of how to invest in the short term and the long term. Because look, folks, the stock is not always going to be in the 20 cents range, right? It was up there, got up in the 40s, came down to the 30s, came back down to the 20s. I picked some up a long time ago at 15 cents. And so it was even cheaper than that at one time. So this is another opportunity. A lot of people feel like they missed out on Zion Oil, but you know what? Even if the stock is at $1.25 and it's going to go up to 100, it's going to, what we speculate, as long as they follow the pattern, then we do expect it to be up in the $75 and $100 range, right? So it's still an investment. With this here, there's still an opportunity to get a lot more for a lot less. But we don't know when this is going to go. I know Zion Oil, if I put in it, if I buy $500 worth of stock, I know that I may get that return back quicker than Brixton Metals, because we don't know when this thing is going to go and when things are going to take off for this company. So now we're going to go to Zion Oil and Gas. Now, folks, there was a massive sell-off today. Some people contributed to an email that went out, which I thought that it was a positive email. Maybe somebody took it and ran with it, said, hey, there's no update, and people started to sell off. Or somebody was there was some people out there just trying to take a profit. And, folks, it was just a matter of, I was doing something on the computer. I think it was with the Patreon. I think I was on the Patreon. I said I may have turned away for 10 minutes from the computer. And I looked, and when I went back to the screen, I literally saw like 168 just flipped to like 117. And it just happened that quick. It just fell that quick. And that's why I say, folks, that if you're day trading, I can't always do it because I do work. But even when I am off of work and I'm sitting there watching just that short period of time, if I would have saw that sucker starting to fall, I was already thinking about, selling off some and then waiting for it to go down some more before I got back in. And because Johnny said on his video that it was about 10 days where it was going up, and maybe he did expect maybe some kind of decline, and it did happen. It just didn't happen in the way that I thought that it would due to some piece of news, right? But I'm not worried at all whatsoever, and I do expect an update hopefully at some point. If you guys watched the last video, you'll see we're in the watch point because it's been just a day over 2 weeks since the drill has arrived, and they are putting it together as the pieces get to the drill site. And so this is also to a lesson. I know there's a lot of people who they're not very good on the computer. For many people, it's like looking at a foreign language, looking at the stock screen. So not everybody that listens to this channel that I've spoken to, they're all at different levels. There are people, they just allow a broker agency to buy all their stocks. There are people that they're only invested in certain stocks, either through Zion Oil or some of the stocks that Johnny is involved in. They're targeting investments because they don't want to. Folks, there's a lot of groups out there that there are some that are good, but not everybody can sit there in front of a computer. You see these commercials like on YouTube. Oh yeah, join my group. One-time offer $99, and we'll show you how to trade and all this and all that. But a lot of people who are starting off investing, you start off in something like that, you're going to end up losing all your money before you even get started. And I've seen it so many times. There are so many people that asked for advice in a lot of these groups, and they invest in a stock, and as soon as they buy it, it goes down, and then they get really distressed. And I see that. So where we're at right now, like I said, I continue unless there's some negative news. I still continue to see it rise. So right now we've been saying we're in the climax of this thing, right? We are 2 weeks plus in since the drill has arrived. In their next update, they could already be saying we're getting ready to drill for oil, or they already have drilled for oil. So we have to expect the unexpected. The whole thing with the email that came out, and maybe it scared some folks off. We have to expect the unexpected. right? I didn't get one. I thought I was signed up for their newsletter. I believe I've gotten newsletters before, but I didn't receive one. And if I would have seen that, who knows how much of a difference that would have made, But for a lot of people, for some people, they took it and they ran with it as, I guess, negative news. Very strange, very weird. So expect the unexpected with it. One of the things that, I get the question about 477, and I still get it all the time. And one of the things is that if you're like me and you work, or you have a lot of other responsibilities, sometimes I have to go and take care of my father in the morning times or in the evening times when I get off work. And, I don't always have the time to do that. But if just because that short period of time where you saw that stock drop, just that quick, in a matter of seconds, the same thing could happen with it going up. And if I'm not there watching it and I don't set it at something, I'm going to lose out totally. So that's the reason why, besides prophetically speaking, 477 is because I know that if for any reason that I am not there at my computer, I know that it will trigger the sell at 477. Now it could go up to 6, it could go up to 7, it could go up to 8. You can spread some of your stocks out at different prices all the way up to $8 if you choose to do so. It may very well happen that way, but it also depends on how many stocks you have. The more stocks you have to play with, the more flexibility that you have. Now, folks, if this stock does reach the $100 mark at some point down the future, you got to keep in mind for every 10,000 shares that you have that hits that $100 mark, you're looking at $1 million when it hits that $100 mark. So no matter how much money you've made all throughout and how much stocks you have sold off, I want you to keep in mind where you want to be at when this thing is at $100. Do you want to have 10,000 shares or 20,000 shares or 30,000 shares? Right now, having that opportunity to be able to do that is diminishing, right? And what I mean by that is because the stock price is going up. If you thought that the price was going to go up to $100 at some point, and the stock is currently, was at 15 cents, then you're going to buy as much as you can to get to that certain point. So for many of you who want to try to build up to that point, especially through day trading, definitely you're going to have to watch. Is it just takes a matter of seconds to miss out, like I did, just because I turned my head and was looking at something else on my computer, and I missed out. I could have sold all my stocks and then turned around and then bought back in like at 116. I mean, that would have been absolutely crazy for me, but I missed the opportunity. And I don't want you guys to miss out on those opportunities either. So, but right now it's the only chance really. This is going to be the chance to gain more stocks. If you're either buying more stocks or you're day trading it so you can gain extra stocks through your profits, right? So this is the time to do that now, because once it hits up to $4 and it starts going up after that, it's going to be very difficult to get a lot of stocks, right? Because it's going to be much, much more expensive. Every effort that I can, I am trying my best to get as many as I can. And that's with, Zion Oil, XRP, Brixton Metals. Right now, Zion Oil, if I have anything extra right now, it's going into Zion Oil because right now it is the one that is going to, I think, going to bring the best returns within the near future. December is going to be a good month of news for Zion Oil. Right? We've waited this long for many of our investments to finally get to this place, and we are here in the climax of this thing. So, folks, I thank you for listening. God bless, be safe, and with that being said, Twisted Christian out.